There is a written speech for me. I don't have the luxury of initially talking off the cuff, but I will finish with that. So let me start my speech. The Deputy Governor, the Chief Corporate Security Officer, and other executive members of Safaricom PLC, county ministers and chief officers present, the representative of the county commissioner and other national government officials here, religious leaders who are with us, business persons and entrepreneurs present, members of the press, fellow Kenyans, ladies and gentlemen. Today's official launch, which we will be doing very shortly, of my county hub through our county partnership with Safaricom PLC underscores an important milestone in our advancement of technology in our service delivery to our citizens. Our passion and commitment for selflessly serving the great people of Kitui remains steady and focused as we work tirelessly towards transforming Kitui to be a prosperous county with vibrant rural and urban economies whose people enjoy a high quality of life. We are gathered here for the official launch of my county app, dubbed My Kitui Hub. This is in line with the SDG Sustainable Development Goal 17, which focuses on strengthening the means of implementation and revitalizing global partnership for sustainable development technology. It is also in line with the national government agenda, commonly known as Bottom-up Economic Transformation Agenda, or BETA, which focuses on enhancement of government service delivery through digitization and automation of all government services. It also mirrors our 16-point development agenda for Kitui County on the use of digital technology in government offices and private sector entities within major urban centers in Kitui County. For far too long, ladies and gentlemen, service delivery to our people has been plagued by inefficiencies, inequalities, and inaccessibility which have negatively impacted on the livelihoods of our people and inhibited our county's progress. It is the realization of that my administration, through the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Youth, ICT, Sports, and Social Services, that we have partnered with Safaricom to effectively serve the people of Kitui by creating a digital platform where our services can be effectively and efficiently accessed in one-stop shop through a single e-citizen access channel. The platform includes payment for county services, revenue management systems, citizen reporting and engagement too, and solutions around agriculture, health, utility bills, and micro, small, and medium enterprise programs. According to the CEO of Cisco Systems, one of the leading technology companies in the world, Mr. John T. Kempers, at least 40% of all businesses, and I repeat that, at least 40% of all businesses will die in the next 10 years if they don't figure out how to change their entire operations to accommodate new and emerging technologies in their operations. Cognizant of this fact, my administration, through my county hub, has embraced sustainable technology solutions in its operations to minimize paper usage and create a citizen engagement platform where the voices of people shall be heard and their contributions recognized. It is worth noting that on the onset of devolution, when I was elected as a pioneer governor of this county, my administration then collaborated with Safaricom to increase mobile network coverage through the installation of 25 new base transceiver stations, masts, and optimization of the existing BTS across the county. Network connectivity improved from the then 36% coverage in 2013 to the current 83% mobile technology penetration, and we intend to expand it further to at least 95 by the end of next year. Finally, our desire is to see Kitui County profiled as one of Kenya's leading counties in embracing ICT and driving digital transformation in the public sector. For that reason, we are delighted with the launch of my Kitui Hub, which will give a platform for our people to access county services online and embrace an innovative culture. That's the end of my speech. There are other things written here which I'm going to cite as I conclude my speech, because now I want to say a few things off the cuff. One, I want to reiterate, I'm happy as a CEO of this county that today we are launching a digital platform which will enable the people of this county to access our services. It will enable us as a county government to deliver our services in an effective and more efficient manner. The reality these days is we are digital. Tumetoka analog. We are digital. And we need to inculcate and cultivate a culture of using technology. And the county government, which was elected by the people of this county, and the national government, whose leadership was equally elected by the people of this county. We must be leaders in ensuring technology, particularly digital technology, is adopted, so that we are not left by the rest of the world. We keep on talking of a global village, and true, we are a global village, such that as you sit there, you can chat with a relative of yours or an official who is in New York, courtesy digital technology. Kitui County is vast, is the 6th largest county, over 30,000 square kilometers. Machakos County and Makueni County put together, they are less than half the size of Kitui, because Machakos is 6,200,000 square kilometers. Makueni is just slightly over 8. 8 plus 6 is about 14, and we are 30,000. The gentleman from Safaricom, he talked of a place called Kaningo because he liked Kanonga. I also like Kanonga. When the Kanonga music is on, I can tell you when we have some of the functions we normally have, I don't sit down because the Kanonga songs will really freshen your energy and also enliven you. Kaningo is 150 kilometers from here. And from Kaningo to Tana River, before you cross, you go to either Meru or the Rakanidi, it's just about 2 kilometers. And from here, if you go to Hadi, where we border with the Tsavo East Game Reserve, much of it in our county, is another of 100 kilometers from here. And that's how big Kitui is. And you heard the speakers who spoke before me. They said, having a platform like this will make sure you don't have to travel 150 kilometers from Kaningo or 100 kilometers from Hadi, which is on the southern tip of our county, to come and access certain services. Say, for example, pay for your single business permit, or even when you are there to request for an ambulance, which perhaps is about 10 kilometers from where you are located, and so forth and so on. And this is the essence of digitization. This is the essence of use of technology. Also, there is something which Nick Murila said. When you make payments to the county government, to the national government, to even the county agencies like Kitui Water and Sewerage Company Limited, and any other parastatal like National Health Insurance Fund, etc., you'll be able to see, you'll be able, first of all, to make that payment from the comfort of your office, and you'll be able to see that you have made the payment, and that record will be there to be seen by not only the person who ordinarily is designated to collect that particular revenue, but even their supervisors. And therefore, the possibility of a year later or 2 years later, after you pay for your land rates, you are told you didn't pay, and you are asked to produce evidence. And in between, you moved houses, and as we move houses, you know some documents get lost. So that will not occur again. And therefore, this is progressive as it can get. And my request, my plea is, let's adopt that, those of us who are within the county. And I know culture change takes time. And I would like to urge my minister responsible for ICT, and indeed all other ministers and chief officers and senior officers and all other officers to start adopting this. And we need to change the culture. Culture change is a reform. And my PhD was on structural adjustment, financial sector reforms, and their implications on housing finance in Kenya. And therefore, matters reform is something I need to read and internalize. And one of the things I discovered, and the reform is just simple language, change. People resist change, particularly if they perceive that change as something which may disadvantage them. financially or otherwise. Or if they perceive this change as something which will be uncomfortable to them. Or sometimes they resist that change because they don't appreciate, they don't understand, they don't have the knowledge. So we'll have to deal with all those. First of all, we make sure staff under us appreciate this particular technology by arranging for capacity building sessions. And one morning or one afternoon is sufficient to invite the experts from Safaricom to come and take them through that. And once you do that, after some time, you also do that again and do that again until they understand and they are knowledgeable in the technology and they can use it as is. The other one is to work on culture change. If you ask people who collect revenue using receipts, for instance, parking fees, or in the hospitals, the ones who collect, not the ones who pay, that now the payments will be made digitally, and they only need to be shown by whoever has paid that are paid, and this is the registration of my vehicle, I pay this time, and then you don't bother them. And even in your own application, the person who is collecting, it will also show. So they will usually try to resist that. And don't ask me why, I'm sure you know why. Part of the reason why, let me be even fair to them. You know, part of the reason why they may be resisting that. And then you get government, county governments included, water companies included, national government included, not getting the revenues they are supposed to get. Yet the citizens are paid, and that revenue is not collected. When that revenue does not end in the accounts of government, it means the services which you expect from that particular government entity, you not get them the way you ought to. For example, health services, water services, and so forth and so on. So this is an improvement in service delivery. So let's please invest in trying to understand the technology, and also let's invest in changing the culture of relying on what we were relying previously, manual systems, and we start using this. It will be beneficial to us, and it will be beneficial for all of us, and it will be beneficial to our county and our country. The GDP, the gross domestic product of this country and of our nation, Kenya, will improve if this is used across all the 47 counties, which constitute the Republic of Kenya. Because the Republic of Kenya, every inch is in a county. If you look at the Constitution of Kenya 2010, Article 6 sub Article 1, the territory of Kenya is 47 counties. And therefore, if the GDP of individual counties, of individuals who are within the county, what each produces, the value of the goods and services which each individual produces there, and collectively what each county produces, and the efficiency which comes with it. And then when we aggregate that for the country, our country will improve tremendously. I want to conclude by thanking Safaricom for opting to come to our county and work with us, because as you heard, we are going to be number 2 to Makueni. Makueni, they were the first county to launch, and I was asking my brother, Governor Kilonzo Mutula Jr., how is it working? When we met at Council of Governors, and he was able to produce his phone, and I noticed he was communicating with some of his CECs. It was not the people, because as it was said, there are governors, we can get very busy. If we are to communicate with all the people in this county who want to communicate to us, it will be inefficient, ineffective, and almost impossible. Because even in management, there is what we call a span of management. A manager should not have below them, immediately below them, a certain number of people. If they are beyond that, you will not be efficient, and you will not be able to serve efficiently. So we were county number 2 to Makueni, and they have gone to another 9 counties to making the total 11. And don't forget, we are 47 counties. And if you are number 2 in launching something as transformative as this, you are on the right path. But you will not be on the right path, and you will not reap the benefits of this if you don't invest in appreciating, knowing how the technology is used, and changing the culture of now moving away from how you are doing things before and how they should be done using this particular hub. And I'm saying that including myself. Even myself, I will invest in changing. I want the deputy governor, the ministers, all of us, by either next year or the year after, but I prefer next year, we have cabinet meetings which are paperless. Paperless offices also. Is it possible? Yes. Why not? When I was a chairman in Kenya Water Towers Agency, because when I ceased being governor here in 2017, the then President Uhuru Kenyatta, appointed me as a chairman of Kenya Water Towers Agency. We had the paperless board meetings. We are board gadgets, each one of us, and all the minutes were logged in there, and you are using that. And if you want to communicate with somebody, communicating, writing to somebody who is there, you just write a message there and you send it, and they send back. That's where we need to start going. And you don't get anywhere unless you plan for it. We need now the ministry which is leading, and the officers, ICT officers, to start planning for us to get where we want to get, particularly, as I said, paperless board meetings, moving to paperless offices. It's more efficient, it's more effective, and it's more useful to our people. Secondly, I would like, and as I thank Safaricom, I would like to thank the CEO, the new, well, we call him new because relatively, new, old is all relative, relatively freshening CEO of Safaricom, Peter Degwa. When the team came to my office for a courtesy call, I said something which I believe. I've had the privilege and benefit of seeing Peter in various fora. For example, the Devolution Conference. For example, the meeting we had at Uhuru Park when His Excellency the President had invited the 47 county governors to be able to flag off kits for community health promoters. And Safaricom is always in the space, sponsoring, and of course when you are platinum sponsor, like they were platinum sponsored for our devolution conference in Eldoret, of course the CEO will be given some space to talk or to deliver a speech. And if you listen to his speech, and that's what I said to the other team, and those who know me very well, they know I won't say it if I don't believe in it, for whatever reason. You listen to the speech and you can see people with a vision, people very clear what they are doing. No wonder they are the most profitable company. Is it in Africa? In East Africa? In one of the most profitable. The other day, M-Pesa, an innovation of Safaricom, was being launched. I think it was in California when the president was there. So you can see. So I want to thank the CEO and the entire Safaricom team. I'm impressed by the fact that we have a youthful team who are in the ICT space vizuri kabisa. And one thing I noticed, because I like really observing things very keenly, I noticed the percentage of the ladies is slightly higher than the men. Muliona hiyo? Hebu pigieni the ladies makofi. I don't know what informs that. Wajua siku hizi tunasema the boy child. Aangaliwe sana, asipotee kwa mambo ingine. Our ladies, congratulations. Really, you are on top of things. And of course, the men as well in Safaricom, and the senior staff, Mr. Mugania, Wanjiku, the ones we have worked with, they've been very pleasant. They will explain something which is not easy to understand with such ease that you enjoy sitting there to listen to them. And that is a product. You may ask yourself, why is that? It's a product of really investing in knowing your job and in doing it to very high standard. The culture of excellence. That's what brings that about. Next, I'd like to thank my minister for, I normally refer to her as youthful minister. She's not a youth because she's not between 18 and 35. You know, that's how our constitution defines youth. If you are below, you know, some people say, oh, Kenyan youth are 70% of the population. There is nothing like that. Kenyan youth are only 25% of the total population. Why? Because the Constitution of Kenya, the supreme law of this country, defines you that people age between 18 and 35. My CEO for ICT and youth, Mr. Nason Kalangalia, is youth because he's 33. And I have other, I think, 9 youth whom I appointed as CEOs, and they are doing a very good job. When I was appointing them, I requested the people of Kitui, please don't critique me. Don't tell me I've brought people who are not experienced. And I assure them, by the end of year 1, year 2, they will be one of the best because we will mentor them. He didn't get an opportunity to speak, but even in Musili, I think is in that youth bracket, the MOC, the Master of Ceremony. But my minister, who is youthful because she is not 40 yet, I want to commend her because she has taken this particular assignment very positively and run with it. If you see her whipping the rest, when she was whipping the rest to go to Safaricom when they were invited there, because seeing is believing. If you talk about Safaricom, now what happens there without having been there, and how even this particular app works, is different if you go there and see for yourself. I've been there. I was busy, but I'll find time to go there as well. But not only that, she has collaborated very well with, together with our team, very well with the Safaricom team, and we are here today. And, you know, I'm a person who emanates from that generation, if you wish, or that culture, if you wish, which appreciates even the small things. Do you appreciate the setting we are in? Wajua kuna joto. When we were coming down, and I was wondering, tukiingia hapo na kuna joto, wajua temperatures sasa zinafika hapa Kitui now. I don't know, those of you who have iPhones, maybe on the other phones you can check that the temperatures, because of the rains which the Deputy Governor said they will be coming, El Nino rains around 15th. It's very hot. Now it's 30 plus, or if, I don't know, somebody who has seen what is the temperature now? Eh? It's 24 now. Eh? I was surprised, Muzembe, you were saying 24. Oh, so sorry, it was not Muzembe. Is that something? You hear? And you can see the team from the ministry working, of course, with Safaricom. They ensure the setting here is good. Don't say it's not important. This is important. Imagine we are sweating and we are removing our handkerchief to wipe our sweat. So even this, they paid special attention. And part of it, let me tell you, part of it is because they know they have a governor who does not accept mediocrity. Munasikia? And I believe, and I'm sure it has been proven time and time again, everything rises or falls with the leadership. If you, the leader, governor, you, the leader, minister, you, the leader, chief officer, director of ICT, you don't strive for high standards and excellence, the rest, wataangalia waseme na hata sisi. Tutafanya vile our late President Emilio Mwai Kibaki used to say, tutaregarega. Na tukiwa waregiregi, we'll get nowhere. And then the Kitui people, the clergy, I want to thank you because you've been very supportive. And your support gives us energy. It gives us encouragement to strive for higher heights and to work towards that. Tunawauliza muendelee kutuombea, muendelee kutupatia support, na sisi nawahakikisha tutawafanyia kazi vizuri, na tutashirikiana na mashirika mengine kama Safaricom na mengine mengi ili tunufaishe maisha yenu tukiendelea mbele, kwa sababu mlituchagua ili tufanye hivyo. Na kwa hayo mengi ama machache, nataka sasa kusema asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza. God bless Kenya and God bless Kitui County. Asanteni. Sasa, I will hand over to the master of ceremony so that if there is another ceremony, the launch ceremony, you can take us through there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Let us do more round of applause, please, for His Excellency the Governor. Thank you, sir. You may get seated.